Hello, welcome to this video. My name is Rhianna and I really enjoy going to bookstores. So I've made a few videos on a few different cities that I've been to and the bookstores that exist there. I made a video on bookstores in Berlin and bookstores in London and bookstores in Canterbury and bookstores in York. And recently I went to Cambridge and went to some bookstores. You know, for this one I really tried to vlog a bit, but I just I feel so self-conscious of vlogging in public, and I shouldn't, because you know it doesn't matter. Just do what you want. We're all gonna die. But I just feel weird talking to a camera in public, so I just filmed the bookstores, and this is why I'm here now talking to you about them. So one of the bookstores we went to is called Heffers, and this has a really interesting and unique layout. So it's quite a big bookstore with lots of stairs, and the stairs go in all sorts of directions, so it has quite a mazy feel, and it feels that you could quite easily get lost within the bookstore. And I spent quite a lot of time looking amongst the different books, and I also found a sale box, and I love it when I find some cheaper options in a bookstore too, because sometimes I don't have so much money to spend on books, even though I would love to. Also, this is quite an old bookstore as well. I read that it has existed in Cambridge since the late 1800s, and I believe it was an independent bookstore for many years, but it was acquired by the Blackwell Company. So it now is a chain, but it still retains its uniqueness, I feel. Another bookstore we went to is called Bodies in the Bookshop, which sounds a bit like you're entering somewhere maybe you shouldn't. But fortunately, we didn't find any actual bodies in the bookshop. We just found a lot of mystery and crime books. So this bookstore is all about that genre. And to be honest, have to admit, maybe mystery and crime, not my go-to genre, but I do love a bit of Agatha Christie. I do love The Thursday Murder Club by Rich Dorsman. I read that book this year, and really, what a great book. Just so wholesome and fun. And before I read that, I was kind of the opinion that murder mysteries couldn't be cozy or funny because they centre around murder and death, and I felt like they're a bit at odds with one another, the cozy theme and the murder theme. But the Thursday Murder Club changed my mind because I realised that maybe murder can be cozy. And yeah, this one inspired me to read more Agatha Christie, because I've read Murder on the Orient Express and Then There Were None, and I enjoyed those both, and I'd like to read more just because she's iconic. Then we did a bit more wandering around the city, and I had the bookstores saved on Google Maps so I could find them more easily. But it's always quite fun when you stumble across a bookstore without using technology. And so this bookstore that we found did actually stumble across, and it was just called Books. I'm pretty sure. And I don't know if it was even on Google Maps. It was in this little square, and yeah, it was just called Books and had books. And very close to this bookstore was a bookstore called G.David, and this bookstore was really interesting. So it had a lot of rare copies of books. I think I was looking through one, and in the front cover it was £50, and I was like, oh, okay, this is not an ordinary book. This one has something special about it. And so it had those rare or first edition copies that were, more expensive than your average book, and that was super interesting. I can't say that I really see the desire to collect first editions. I mean, if I had money, I totally would, because that's fun to be look at my first edition. But I think I don't think I will ever have enough money to be able to pursue that passion. So it was interesting. Then we also went to the bookstore for the Cambridge University Press, and this had a real focus on academia. So it had a lot of books on critical theory and analysis, and yeah, study books. And it sort of inspired me to do more studying, because I graduated quite a while ago now, and I do kind of have the urge to study more, because I think it's easy to not learn new things as you get sucked into the 9 to 5, and yeah, I think studying can enliven your brain. Is that right? That's why I need to study more. And then I thought I'd add some, of the more generic bookstores we went to as well. So we went to Waterstones. A bookstore tour in the UK is not complete without going to Waterstones. And it's just a great bookstore. Waterstones is so nice. It's like my happy place. I just feel like nothing bad could happen in a Waterstones. Then we went to Oxfam. I love Oxfams. They have second-hand books, so they're often pretty cheap. And it's really fun when you come across like a nice hidden gem in an Oxfam. And this one was cute. It was quite small and cozy, and it was quite hard to move around because there were quite a few people in there, as there were everywhere in Cambridge. Cambridge was very busy on this day. It seemed like everyone wanted to go to Cambridge on this day. Yeah, very nice bookstore. Didn't find a hidden gem, unfortunately, but maybe next time. So those are some bookstores I went to in Cambridge. Thank you very much for watching this video. It means a lot, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye bye.